Good morning, everyone. Today we have the feasts of two saints, Saints Cornelius and Cyprian. Now, say they claim to fame, it's not the only claim to fame, but the way in which we might recognize their names is that those names appear in the first Eucharistic prayer, which is usually said around about Easter or Christmas time, when the whole list of all the saints is included. And we find that Cornelius and Cyprian are there. They lived in the 3rd century, kind of mid-3rd century. Saint Cornelius went on to be Pope, and Saint Cyprian was a bishop. Cornelius was a man who fought against some of the heresies of the time, schismatics, people who were breaking away from the church, finding differences. He was actually exiled, where he died, and Cyprian was also exiled, but ultimately brought back from exile and put to trial. It is spoken about in a most courteous way. The trial wasn't one where there was any anger or anything. It was respect for one another, and nevertheless, Cyprian was put to death because of his stirring things up, I suppose. It does call to mind what it is that is expected of our leaders. And we find that in St. Paul's first letter to Timothy today, which is quite an interesting one. It's used at ordinations, and you'll see why as I just read you some extracts. It's 1 Timothy chapter 3, if you want to read the whole thing. Now, a bishop must be above reproach. Now, in some texts they say a president must be above reproach. And I don't think they're talking about a political president, but I suppose you can put it in if you want to. He must be temperate, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, an apt teacher, not a drunkard, not violent, but gentle, not quarrelsome, and not a lover of money. The characteristics of a bishop. He must be well thought of by outsiders, so that he may not fall into disgrace. Deacons don't escape, because they're specifically mentioned as well. Deacons likewise must be serious, not double-tongued, not indulging in much wine. It does say much wine, not just anyone, so you can have some bit. Not greedy or for money. And they must be tested before they are actually accepted. It does mention something about women as well. It says, women likewise must be serious, not slanderers, but temperate, faithful in all things. So if you want to know how we should be behaving, it's all there in the first letter to Timothy, and read about the way in which we should behave. So the many people in history we should imitate, and we should look to them. Have a wonderful day. Keep yourself safe. God bless. Bye-bye.